Dead Island 2.
Finally!
After 9 long years and me developing a family, the game is finally released. I've been playing occasionally for the last 2 weeks, and it surely is a game of all time. I'm gonna review this in a very not specific order: presentation, gameplay, and story. Those having their own little segments I can nitpick on. To make this clear, this video is designed for baby brains because I'm not a good critic and I don't have critical thinking. So if you want a professional review,
Go fuck yourself!
and it's also an excuse so I don't get stream sniped IRL by people that actually don't like hot takes. But before we continue, let's make a... Dead Island 2 was revealed in 2014, originally supposed to come out the same year or the following, but due to an unhealthy amount of problems, developers kept being switched around for some reason, I guess. Leaving the game in development hell for almost 9 years. Around like 2 years ago, the game started coming out again with more rumors because Deep Silver on Twitter was going around saying the game is still slated for release, and here we are now, the game has officially come out. Put in perspective how long it's been, I was in 5th grade when the game was revealed. I graduated high school a year ago. How time flies when you're having fun. So was it worth the wait, or is that as mid as it could possibly be? Let's find out. Also, spoilers ahead if you care, if not...
Hooray!
This game is extremely gorgeous. Having the added benefit of being on next gen, Dead Island 2 is obviously a very, very pretty game. This game takes place in the fictional city of Los Angeles, and if you've been there, which I feel sorry for you, it does capture LA in a very chaotic yet beautiful way, which is literally how it is. So, along with it being on Unreal Engine 5, this allows the lighting in certain areas to almost look as real as life itself. If you're a sucker for graphics, this will give you a nerd boner. When it comes to the characters, you start the game with 6 playable characters. You meet important characters like Emma, Michael, and an old lady, and Sam B. Sam B obviously being a returning face from Dead Island 1. I will say though, I feel like they butchered his character pretty hard in this one, but oh well. The characters aren't too bad, but since this game is way more upbeat, everyone kind of just says their funny MCU one-liner every like 5 seconds, and it...
Ticket, please.
Oh, sorry. Must be mine with Jackie.
This'll do.
It gets annoying. I honestly don't really like anyone here. Emma's kind of cool. No one really stands out as a good character, which is a problem with the game. But again, it's more the writing, I would say, because it's just silly. So yeah, the characters are basically super shitty. What can you do? Oh well. Following the first game system, you will need to progress your character to level up and obviously unlock skills. But honestly, the skills are kind of strange in this game. It's a weirder system compared to the original game where there's a skill tree. This one's kind of like pick and choose different builds, which I understand. Each character has their own unique skill cards to select and more when you level up. The more you level up, the more cards you'll unlock and slots unlock. As said, I do think it's a weirder system as the original game had a pretty decent system. Some skills are stronger than others, so I do see why it was a pick and choose system and why you needed to make a build instead of just having everything at once. But come on man, it's a PvE game. I like being OP. When it comes to the weapons in this game, the main selection is melee weapons, which can be upgraded with different attachments, leveled up using cash, so it can be on par with your area's level, since that's how the game works. I will say though, these weapons blow ass, man. I don't know why, but I either completely suck or I don't understand how to use a kitchen knife, but these zombies are walking tanks, dude. Like, if you're cornered, you're probably fucked because the game's movement sucks. The gore system obviously is awesome, so it's fun to hit zombies, but sometimes they just tank that shit, man. It gets annoying. Could be a skill issue, but I blame the game, not the player. I do want to touch on the gore a little since it's one of the selling points of the game, though it's to the point where I can't really show it because it's that violent, but I'm not a monetized channel, so here you go.
Oh my goodness!
Guns are cool. From a wide variety of ranged weapons to find and use. They sometimes feel weaker, like at moments, but again, they're ranged weapons, so I don't really care. It's cool to have a gun. The game overall is your first-person hack and slash with RPG elements, as you'll need to loot a lot to get things you need for upgrades and just crafting in general. If you played the first game or Reptide, you'll feel very familiar with this game as it literally does not change anything from what the original games were. It plays the exact same. Other than some puzzles and using the water physics, that's kind of the only notable change I would say that the game offers. Everything else is literally the exact same from everything from the original game.
Emma, we've got a problem. Our friend here has been bitten.
So? What the bloody hell does that mean?
It means they will turn into a beast. We must kill them.
This is not a fucking movie. I'm not killing them.
It's definitely not my job description. Oh God. Are they turning? Oh, we're gonna be sick.
I will be honest, this game's story is not good. It's a strange story because Dead Island is not known for its story, and usually right here I would recap the entire story. I'm not going to do that simply because I don't remember any of it, and I would rather know the story than search it up and like, oh, find it out right there. Me not knowing the story and how it goes already is a sign that either I'm stupid and I just did not pay attention, or I simply just did not like that story. And I did not like that story. It wasn't nonsense, it wasn't interesting. Other than the plot twist at the end where it's like, oh, you're working for someone, or it implies something. Because I guess Dead Island 3 can happen in like 20 years. Other than that, that's really all I have to say, because again, Dead Island's known for its gameplay. It's not really known for its story, because I at least remember Dead Island 1's story, because it was pretty simple. Reptide, not really. It's not terrible, but it's not good. Obviously for me, it's not a good story. Nine years, and that was simply it. I will say, Dead Island 2 is fun at core and in its heart, but other than that, it is a very strange game because it does play like something made in like 2014 because it was planned for that year. But again, it has its own charm and all that junk, though I feel like it's a little too silly for my liking. It's like Borderlands 3 level, and I have a lot of words about Borderlands 3. And I would even say Dead Island 2 is almost as comparable as that. Annoying dialogue and characters, but good gameplay. Or decent gameplay, at least for this one. Other than that, Dead Island 2, I'm fine with it. Though, again, there is a lot of problems with it, and if you just want a normal zombie killing game, just get Dying Light 1 or 2, because, again, those are fun, I guess. So, putting this in the swag meter, I will give this a 6.5 out of 10. That is very specific. I will say, if you do want to get the game, I recommend waiting for a sale, most likely. Unless you just want to beat up zombies with the gore system, then yeah, I don't mind you. It's pretty fun, actually. But yeah, I say wait for a sale if you're planning on getting the game. If you made it this far, thank you. You're pretty cool. I will give you a high five one day. Other than that, thank you for watching. I appreciate you a lot. I'm Just Water. That's your monthly Realest review, and I hope you hated it.